Welcome, everyone, to Dead Talk Live. And today it is my special honor to welcome special guest Demetrius Grosse, who has played Emil and now Josiah LaRue on Fear the Walking Dead. Demetrius, thank you so much for being our guest. How you doing today?
Thanks for having me, Johnny V.
Ah, man, it's awesome to have you here. So, we have limited time, so let's just get right to it. As I was telling you before we went live, your entry into Fear the Walking Dead, the season premiere of season 6, episode 1, where you played Emil the Bounty Hunter, that was the beginning of the anthology storytelling on Fear, and it worked out magnificently well. That episode, we had you, we had Michael Abbott Jr., and of course, Lenny James, and being directed by the awesome Michael Satrazemis. Watching that episode, it was like just this beautifully choreographed mini movie with Michael at the helm. Uh, Explain to me your experience walking onto the set and shooting that episode.
I just had a really wonderful time. You know, Michael's Michael's a visionary, right? Like I think our franchise is very lucky to have him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think a lot of those shots look like they were a wonder because of the choreography and the rehearsal. Um, it was it was just fun, man.
It was
It's cool. Yeah, it was just fun. Like there's a collaborative energy on that set, and
not.
it's a well-oiled machine. The show knows what works, and it has a um, very open line of communication between the audiences and the creators
Yeah.
and the creative team. So there's always a pulse being taken in terms of what's working, and I think that makes for great cinema.
Now, when you first read for your role as Emil the Bounty Hunter, uh, how did you feel about that role? And I assume that when you booked Fear the Walking Dead, you did not know that you were coming back. You probably, I'm assuming, you thought it was just a one and done, or am I wrong?
No, I mean I was the last person to find out that I was going to come back and get to play the brother of Emil. Like, um, I remember auditioning for taping for this character and for Emil, and it really just kind of coming to me, what he sounded like, what he felt like, his mannerisms, his sort of his uh, his. I had him as like his alter ego being like a snake charmer, and so then when I got to do Josiah, I kind of took that whole like snake charmer motif, and then I thought of Josiah kind of as a snake wrangler,
Okay.
right? Because he's a search and rescue guy. So um, they're two sides of the same coin.
Exactly. You guys
They're
are,
identical twins, right?
yep,
So you
twins.
you can you can you can borrow a little bit from one, and then use your imagination.
So when we meet Josiah in this last week on the episode, when we first meet Josiah, very similar to Emil, you're out for blood, you're out for Morgan to avenge the death of your brother. And then halfway through the episode, uh, you know, it's basically in the first part, we're watching Emil again, okay? It's like Emil. And then we switch over into Josiah. We see that you are not like your brother. You're not a bounty hunter, you're not a cold blooded killer. When you were acting it out, and the way the director walked you through that transition that happened mid episode. How did you, as an actor, do that flip, that switch?
Great question, John. For me, I wanted there to be at the onset there to be ostensible similarities between Josiah and Emil because there had to be that payoff where Morgan and Josiah first face off, and Morgan says to Josiah, "Wait a minute, I killed you already," right?
Yeah.
And so I knew that as we were introduced to Josiah, he had to have some real like palpable parallels to his brother.
Mm-hmm.
I.e., I wanted them to have the same voice. I have them like with like similar dialect. I have them from like Galveston, Texas, and I couldn't hide behind any kind of different kind of hair or you know I had a different wardrobe, I had a
Yeah.
different costume, but there wasn't a lot to hide behind from the character story. So I wanted them energetically to be different. I wanted them just that sort of esoteric part of it. I wanted that to read like I wanted Josiah to feel like a good a good hero, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted that to be in contrast to Emil, who just scares the crap out of people,
Mm-hmm.
um, and and Michael and Ian and Alex, they were very helpful in that process with just giving me creative range to bring in what I thought was will work for it, and
So I'm fascinated to see where they're going to take Josiah. When you were approached and you found out that they did want to bring you back, did the writers, producers walk you through the arc that they're going to put Josiah through this season and maybe beyond? Were you a little hesitant to come back and do a twin brother role? Explain that to us.
yeah, I wasn't really hesitant. I was actually excited at the challenge. Um, it's one of those things that you kind of joke about. Uh, like it almost seems like something that wouldn't really play, but it plays, and so I was excited for the challenge of it.
Now, when you say,
And
oops, sorry, I'll
yeah, and they didn't really they haven't really shared with me too much about what the future is. They've hinted at certain things. There is a chance that we'll see more of Josiah, um, but I think there exists even as of today, as of right now, two two identical twin brothers who are energetically different and and I almost want to say they have like their own glee club, their own fan section. Like some people love Emil and some people like Josiah, and it depends on what vibe you're about.
That's
Like
true. That's true. Now, you
it,
have built a very successful career on playing like these intimidating, badass characters. And you're brilliant at it. I mean, I love it. You come across as this very dominant alpha male character. So we saw that with Emil. Absolutely. You brought it all, you put it all out there. So when you spoke about the challenges a few minutes ago, is Josiah a different type of role than what you're used to playing? And is that where the challenge part comes in?
Josiah is a very different role in that he's he's in a zombie apocalypse post a
Mm-hmm.
nuclear explosion. So that's you know this is the first. my entry into The Walking Dead first.
Oh, I think you froze up. Let's see if we can get you back. Sorry, guys. I think Demetrius froze up. Let's see if we can get him back. I apologize, guys. They were having some Wi Fi issues. Oh, man. Okay, I just got a message, guys, that he may need to drop out and come back in again. So just hang tight and we'll get Demetrius back. You can see the chat messages here. So just hang tight, guys. I apologize for that. Gotta love technology and Wi Fi. While we're waiting, you gotta admit, I mean, Josiah's character. There we go.
Wow.
Okay, we got
There
you
we
back. We got you back. Okay. Gotta
yeah,
love Wi Fi, right? And technology issues.
right. There's never a dull moment. But no, just in a nutshell, I was just saying that the quality of Josiah resonates more with me.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. And just going back to it, the question was, is it a challenge to the other roles that you have done in the past? Trying to play not the such intimidating guy, but being a team player and helping others to survive?
well, it depends on your awareness of my body of work. Like there's I like playing a good guy, but you find the intrigue and the creative space in playing bad guys too, right?
I gotta admit,
uh,
a lot of people that I've spoken to, they love playing the bad guy. They love playing the villain.
I mean, it's cool because you get to relish in being a bad guy in the safe imaginary circumstance of a film, right?
Yeah.
But when I was growing up watching movies, I rooted for the hero, right? I rooted for the good guy, the guy who's gonna like save the day. So uh, that's actually where my affinity towards Josiah lies. Is that you know, as the episode 704 rolls out, you see the soul of the man. You see this guy who's really about saving lives
Mm-hmm.
and helping people. And to me, those are personas and images that I want to portray and that I want to represent. It was great to be able to play a meal and have that demonstrative energy, and then to be able to like show the antithesis of that in an identical brother. But yeah, I think there's a great opportunity in both of those lanes, whether you're the villain or the hero. Like they both offer great things for you creatively as an actor and audiences. I think they gravitate to both of those two personas for different reasons.
Absolutely. Now, moving forward in the season, uh, I think Josiah and Morgan, Lenny James's character, teaming up would make a very formidable team together when it comes to the antagonist so far of this season, which is Domingo Coleman, Victor Strand. Uh, do you agree with that? Do you think Josiah and Morgan working together are a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
I definitely agree. I know.
Yeah. I mean, they have very different skill sets, um, but they're both lethal
Oh
in
yeah,
their own way. But I think they're both guys who operate under a code of some kind of ethics, right? And they have a like a they've got a weird bond now.
hmm
You know, they've got this strange like kind of bond. So we'll see what if anything comes of it. But
I'm fascinated to see where it goes, especially the
he's
relationship.
forgiven him, like ultimately because of the death of Rufus.
Yeah,
Josiah basically forgives Morgan for killing his brother,
yeah,
but his brother Emil went after Morgan basically for a job. So it was
exactly.
never even really personal.
Yeah, it wasn't personal. It was a job to Emil. And I know you have a very busy schedule. I just want to ask one last question and then we'll let you go. Now, the Walking Dead franchise is huge, you know, spanning Fear, World Beyond, and further expansion to come. When you walked onto the set of Fear the Walking Dead, as opposed to other TV shows, movies that you have done, were you in awe into the scale of the set and the money that is going into the Walking Dead universe?
That's a great question, John. Yes, I will have to respond with a resounding yes. I've done some pretty large scale feature films and television shows, but this is Fear the Walking Dead. The Walking Dead universe is the Olympics of filmmaking. Like there's no limit to what the art direction to the lengths that the art direction goes, wardrobe, camera setups, any CGI that's necessary. Um, this is a franchise that is very loyal to their fan base, that understands how intelligent the audiences are, and it's the cinema that we're making. We take it seriously with a with a sense of play at the same time.
Yeah.
It's very very creative people behind this show, um, and I was starkly surprised at like the magnitude of production. Every day I walk on that set, I'm always surprised at like the lengths we go to get the shot and to create the story
Exactly.
for our audience.
And that's
Yeah.
why the franchise has been such a huge success. Guys, please check out Fear the Walking Dead Sunday night. It's going on right now. This Sunday, I believe, will be episode 5 of season 7. Check out Demetrius Grosse. He is playing Josiah LaRue. He is. We've only seen him in one episode, but it is fascinating to see where they take his character in relation with Morgan, and of course, this season's bad guy, Domingo Coleman. And is there redemption? Is there another redemption arc available for Victor Strand? We all have to wait and find out. Demetrius, thank you so much for being our guest, taking this time out of your busy schedule. Any final thoughts you want to share with our audience before we go?
Tune in. You never know what to expect.
Oh, absolutely. That goes without saying on Fear and the entire Walking Dead franchise. It's this show was built on the success of the big shock factor and never knowing what to expect. And of course, nobody's safe. uh, Even our most favorite characters don't ever expect anybody to be safe. So thank you so much. And I want to thank our audience for tuning in. Again, Fear the Walking Dead on AMC and AMC Plus, Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Thank you, Demetrius. Thank you to our audience. Stay safe, everybody, and stay walking. Peace.
Peace.